Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about introduction to cloud computing. Um, the definition for cloud computing is it is a delivery of computing service over the internet. Um, there are many service-oriented companies who are there in the market who can deliver many services like servers, storage, database, networking, software, analytical, and etc. etc. A simple, well-known example for cloud computing is Google Drive. I think uh, we all know about Google Drive, which is one of the service offered by the Google, so in which we can store our data, any kind of data, either video or image or text or document, photos, any kind of data we can store. AWS, Netflix, we can the movies and web series are streaming with website and Zoom meeting. We use Zoom application for meeting. These are all the simple examples for they're providing service over the internet. Cloud computing is a computing service uh, that those can be provided with the use of internet. So Google Drive, AWS, Netflix, Zoom, Google Meet are the simple example of cloud computing. What are the key characteristics of cloud computing? And it is there are many characteristics of cloud computing, but these are all the important characteristics of cloud computing. It is on-demand self-service. First one is on-demand self-service. On-demand self-service means we can demand our service. What are the things we need for that we can pay and we can use that service. I don't want the service, another service that they are providing, and the broad network access. So this cloud computing is uh, connecting us over the network, and we can connect throughout the world through the network. This is a broad network access. There is resource pooling, and what are the resources you require from the service provider that can be pooled by the customer. The rapid elasticity, that rapid elasticity means you can extend your service. For suppose you are getting two service from the service provider. Suppose we want to get two more service, that can be possible. You can extend your service when you need and wherever you need. And the next, measured service, and you are going to pay for the service uh, based on the service you are utilizing. How much service you are utilizing, you are going to pay only for that. It is measured service. And this next slide is a cloud service model. There are many models are there in cloud service, but these three are very important. Cloud service model. There is IaaS, there is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Here we are. Sorry. Here we are showing one examples of three kind of service. That is infrastructure as service. Suppose the cloud service provider having their infrastructure and you are going to utilize the infrastructure for your application, that is infrastructure as a service. For example, AWS EC2, Azure, a simple example for IaaS, it's infrastructure as a service. PaaS, the platform as a service. The cloud service provider are having their own platform. They're having infrastructure and they are having some kind of software and architecture to utilize that infrastructure. And you don't want to construct your own software on the infrastructure because it's a very critical thing and tedious thing. So you don't want to create a software for that infrastructure, and you need to access only the software. Along with the infrastructure, you want to utilize already constructed software, and in that case, you can go for platform as a service. For example, Google Apps Engine, and Roku. And there is software as a service. You are not utilizing, you don't want to utilize the infrastructure and you don't want to utilize the platform. You just want to utilize a software service. The software as a service. For example, Gmail, Facebook, Salesforce, Dropbox is a simple example source. SAS. Deployment model. There are many deployment model in that these four are very important. The first one is public cloud. To whom you are going to deploy your data. You are going to deploy your data, or you are going to show your data, you are going to publish your data uh, to the worldwide, and that kind of models are called sorry, public cloud and private cloud. And some organization or post in companies are maintaining their own servers. The employees available or the other associated employees available in the organization can able to use the cloud, private cloud. And hybrid cloud, that is combination of public cloud and private cloud. Whenever you want, you can use it as private cloud, or whenever you don't want, you can use it as a public cloud. The community cloud. And if you're having many communities, there's research communities, some manufacturing communities. For those communities, if you are having cloud, that is called community cloud. Each and every community having some cloud access. Why we need to go for cloud computing? First one is cost effective, and it is scalable and elastic, and you don't want to construct your own hardware to perform your operation. Whenever you want, you can utilize, and it is performance is good also, and they optimize the service, and it will be very effective in terms of performance and backup and recovery. Whenever you lose your data, you can request the service provider to back up your data. That can be possible. They are taking about those kind of headache. Accessibility, mobility. You can utilize the cloud anywhere in the world. So that is very important thing in cloud computing. What are the challenges? The main challenge of cloud computing is security. And you should have a good internet speed to access your cloud, and you cannot access all the options provided by the service provider. For that, you have some restriction. So you have a limited control and compliance and regulatory issues. And if the service provider is going to change their norms, and we need to adapt with that. That is the main disadvantage of or challenges in cloud computing. And these are all the very famous cloud service provider. That is, we know that AWS, Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Out of three service provider, AWS is dominating in the industries where we use cloud computing. So almost all the areas we use cloud computing. Now Internet of Things is all almost utilizing the cloud service to for their application or to deploy their data. In healthcare, we use cloud computing. Education, except those, the online learning platform, they need cloud service. In finance, fraud detection, mobile banking, emails, etc., etc., they need cloud computing. In IoT, because you use IoT for different kind of application like smart home, industrial automation, or industry 4.0, we need to have cloud computing. And media, video streaming platform like Netflix, Amazon, and that is one of the very important applications of cloud computing.